Welcome to Zoochosis, an indie horror game developed by Clapperheads where you take the role of Paul Connolly, a struggling parent with no money who decides to get a job at the local zoo. Find yourself curing the animals from an alien parasite and trying not to get eaten yourself. Hi, I'm Lunar, and today I'm looking for a challenge. That's why I'm going to be Zoochosis, curing all the animals. But first, let's go over the rules. Number 1, I am required to cure all animals in one go. If for any reason I fail a cure, I have to restart the game. Number 2, if I fail and have to restart, that will count as a death. Number 3, subscribe. If you want to subscribe for me, how about this cute puppy?
Look at the snoot of this thing! Isn't it just so adorable? Isn't it just so cute? Yes you are! Yes you are! Yes you are!
That's enough for now, let's get to the challenge. We begin this game with an NDA, as I sign away my life to an innocent company with no malicious intent. Our boss, Doc, gives us a body cam to wear as our eyes and ears for the entire game. He then hands me a mini computer before injecting me with something against my will, causing me to black out. I awake several hours later with a mild concussion and my pants around my ankles to Doc sitting over me like a disappointed parent. We go through the tutorial where he teaches me how to feed and care for the animals, starting with the giraffe. This mission is the only mission in the base game where you don't actually have to fight the mutant monster, so no evil mutated giraffe for you. I escorted Doc back to the main office. He then emoted on me and dipped, leaving me alone with the animals for the entire night. In his absence, I did what any rational person would do. Steal from my employer. I grabbed some food for the animals, then returned to the train, ready to take on the Wallaby. Whatever that is. I get the food ready, then head over to the enclosure, answering a very important phone call on my way.
Hey Lunar, when are you gonna pay me? Developing device is expensive, you know.
This woman says that she's calling for her husband, but I don't have time for that. I gotta feed these animals. They're going rabid waiting for food. While they were eating, I went over and grabbed the vacuum and the temperature camera. I used the camera to gather the temps of the animals, discovering that Penny has a fever, which, going off the tutorial, means it isn't going to be Penny. Next step is to check them with a black light and play some pop music to see if they hate it.
Wait a second, this isn't Justin Bieber.
Once I have everything I need, I head back to the train and start performing tests to see what they have. It was at this moment I realized that the game was updated. On my first playthrough, I had to go through a list to find the cure for the animals. But here, I just click a button in regards to their symptoms. Easy, right? Problem is, I can't seem to cure the animals once they turn. I make up the cure, then rush back to the enclosure, but it seems I'm too late as Wally turns. And the game only gives you lethal injections at this point, so I have to restart. Speedrun time. But once I get the phone call again, I go back to the office to check for CJ. See, what I forgot here was getting this is supposed to unlock the cures for the animals, so it's required for this challenge run.
But it's not like you didn't include upgrades in this run.
Back to the Wallabies, I do all the testing again and go back to the train. Wait a minute, where's the cure list? So as it turns out, at some point there was an update that made it so you have to first knock out the monster by using lethal injections, then you can cure them. So I guess I didn't have to restart?
I'm still counting it because you're my bitch.
They should have really told you that in the tutorial.
Yeah, apparently they said they're gonna give this game a major overhaul, but I don't see it.
The hardest part of this fight was waiting for the injections to become available. But in reality, I can just hide in the entrance and the monsters can't reach me, allowing me to cheese this fight and save the Wallaby. I got a message from Doc telling me about a meat delivery, so I hit back to the hub and signed for the package. Doc, I think you sent your mail-ordered bride to the wrong address. After realizing this woman was in fact still alive, I did what any rational person would do. Save her. Look, I get that I'm supposed to be irrational, but even I have limits. And I kind of need her alive for this run. After laying her down on the couch in a secure room with an open door, I head to the next animal. The gorilla. I go through this enclosure just like the last one. Only difference is I used a thermal camera as they are eating, so all the monkeys are sitting still. After that, I grab all the other information and find the sick monkey. I make 2 cures before heading back to the enclosure ready for another boss fight. This boss fight though is just like the other one where all I have to do is hide and the monkey can't get me. allowing me to get an easy win. Returning to the hub once again, I am greeted by a hot woman in overalls hitting the door with a fire axe. Kinda reminds me of my ex. She tells me that unless we can get into that room, I'm gonna die. So I ask CJ to lend me a hand, granting me access to the lab. There's not much I can do down here for now, other than call my wife and tell her I love her. And to not eat the meat. I also gave Sarah a floppy disk to hack into, while I went off to play with the penguins. Just like the previous enclosures, I gathered all the data needed to discover the illness they had. But before I could go and make the cures, the penguin turned, leading to an epic boss fight. The problem here is my strategy of hide and shoot won't work since the penguin's enclosure is at an angle, meaning that I have to go in and shoot the bird out of the sky. Wait a minute, sky? But I didn't stray too far from the entrance, allowing me to go back in if the bird started to get too close. Just one small problem did happen. But technically, this penguin doesn't count me losing since it wasn't the sick one. You can still count it as casualty, but I will not count this as a failure.
But I will. You see, what Lunar doesn't know is that to get the best ending of the game, not only do you have to cure all the animals, but you can't let any of them die. And guess who just failed the run to the best ending? I mean, it's not so different from the ending that he got, but you know. So due to this technicality, Lunar has lost a run. If I was the one writing the script, but you know, I'm just gonna count this as a death, just to spite you. I know you're watching this, Lunar.
It's not my job that he jumped in front of my bullet. After that one little mistake, I managed to pull it together and take down the penguin, curing it and securing my win over this freak of nature. Heading back to the hub for the last time, Sarah tells me about her worst date ever. She discovered the cure, but I got a phone call. I thought it was my DoorDash, but it was just my boss acting like my father. He tells me to kill Sarah, but I'd rather live. So I give her the password and she tells me to go get one of the parasites to make the cure. Here we play a little game called Pick the Right Parasite! Which of our lovely contestants is the female parasite? Leave your guess in the comments below. I go with the one who is moving, and drumroll please. I was right. Heading back to the basement, I'm given one final choice. Poison myself or poison Sarah. And I decide to inject myself. And as we watch the final cutscene where Sarah knocks out Doc, injecting him with the poison and feeding him to Mother, we answer that yes, I can beat Zoochosis, curing all the animals.
Is there a cure to death?
Zoochosis was the easiest run I have done, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily a bad game. I really love the horrific designs of all the infected animals, not to mention the multiple endings and New Game Plus randomizing the animals makes it so that no two playthroughs are quite the same. Clapperheads did an amazing job with this game and it shows. This is a really fun game to play.
How low are your standards, man? Is your light dying or something?
Oh, what the fuck? If you want to support us and get some awesome perks, then make sure you check out my Ko-fi. Link in the description below. And while you're down there, why not check out my other social links? Make sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments below what other games you'd like to see me do a challenge run on. This is Lunar Shadows, signing out.
With edible H.